sudden, which one would you think would make a good musical?
A good musical?
Yeah.
Jeez, I don't know. The Hand Rocks the Cradle, I'd be solid.
I think the Crow musical would be interesting also.
Yeah, James O'Barr, who's here, answered about it, they're making a new movie. They've made a few. I haven't wanted to. After we did the first one and Brandon died, that was kind of. But yeah, no, I don't know. I've gone through a thing recently, the last couple of years, where suddenly it's hit me that I'm not young. No, that sounds kind of weird. It's just weird to me because it just occurred to me one day. I went, holy shit, that's me. And it's for you guys who are young. I know you think you know, but you don't know. There's going to come a point when you kind of go, wow, that's so. Yeah, so I don't want to say that either. But yeah, it's sort of a different time now. And so looking at the work is a little bit different. The things you spend your time doing, you really begin to think, it's just something I really want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So answer the next question that I want to answer. What is it?
The next question?
Yeah.
All right. So, what was your first on-screen role that you've done? If you could tell us a little bit about that. Like, what was the feeling seeing yourself on screen for the first time?
Well, I did a television special for Easter. It was about the crucifixion or something. I played Simon Peter, and it was like a really important role for me. And I thought it was really pretty good. But when I saw the finished product, I got I had my voice and the whole character down. But what I didn't realize is that every time I walked, people were walking like this. So I didn't think about the walk, the total character. Yeah, so that was probably, and I don't know. I don't know. I've done a lot of stuff. It all kind of runs together.
So, all right. So, everyone's talking about some of the films you've done. One question is from somebody, a friend of mine, wanted me to ask you about what was it like working with Panaka on Penitentiary 2.
Well, I did the movie of Penitentiary 2, and I played a crazy man who was sort of insane and unlike anybody I ever met in life. And I actually kind of wanted to refuse to play him, except the director was like that guy. And so I couldn't say he wasn't real because I love Panaka, but he's an extraordinary person. So yeah, it was some of those old movies are just really kind of super fun,
Yeah.
So people come up and they Penitentiary 2, the Human Tornado, Rudy Ray Moore. I don't. There you go. That's a they were kind of rough, but it was work. It was work. As an actor, you don't judge this stuff. You know what I mean? Unless something really is bad. They asked me to do a thing once at River, which my part in it was the guy. There was a couple killed, and so this hitman was put on. He was assigned to go and kill all these people. So one by one, he was knocking people up. So my only part in the movie was the guy comes in the club and he beats me up pretty violently, and then he puts me in a trash can and shoots me up the butt. Yeah. And they really assume that you're really excited about this. And sometimes I kind of go, well, why don't I want to do that? I mean, I have kids, so my kids don't look at this stuff. So I turned that down, and but a lot of things come up. Well, even there was a part I was offered in. Sam Jackson did it actually. Yeah, he was sitting at a table playing poker. I won't mention it, and the only part was a guy shoots him in the face. That was kind of it. But he met Quentin Tarantino there, and it went on and on until the. So maybe I never regretted not getting shot in the face. So a lot of times people ask you to do stuff that you just kind of go, oh, yeah, I don't want to do that. Especially if you have kids and you have family. But but I've done a lot of stuff. I don't question it. It's like because not all scripts make sense, you know. And if you're working, it's like it's not my job to kind of. But unless something crosses the line where you say I don't
All right, so if you could tell, you know, from all the films you've done and, you know, television projects, what's some of the most exhausting things you've done, like, you know, like on set? Like the most, you know, grueling projects you've worked on?
Well, they're all kind of grueling. I mean, sometimes just sitting around can be grueling. Sometimes I do a show called APB that's been playing on Fox the last 12 weeks, and you're shooting outside in Chicago. It's like about 3 degrees. Oh, crap. But yeah, no, it's all, you know, it's all part of what you do. I mean, as bad as it is, it's not as bad as some people. Acting is pretty, for the most part, pretty.
Yeah, did you ever have like a favorite location where you shot in your best?
You remember stuff, you know. I look at movies that I did 30, 40 years ago, and I remember getting up in the morning, and I remember being on the set. I remember there's an excitement about being where you are. You know, you hold on little glimpses and pieces of your, you know, yeah. It's a good thing. It's a great job if you can get it.
Yes.
There's a lot of, it's very difficult. I think a lot of people have trouble with it because there's a lot of rejection. I know you hear a lot about that, but it's probably the average is about 1 in 10 jobs you get if you're lucky.
Wow.
And most people go and interview and constantly get turned down, and then they say don't take it personal, but ultimately it is personal. I mean, how do you get it? So, yeah, you look back on it, and but it's only a job, you know. It's always a job. So there's a good part of it, the fun part, and then there's the very annoying part. And people don't do what they should do, but it's just kind of like.
Going on, when you worked on The Crow after the tragedy of Brandon Lee, was there any scenes that you guys were supposed to have together that, you know, didn't make the cut, you know, due to his death that you know of?
No, we shut down for a month, and then when we came back, we had Brandon and I had the scene where he's running from police, I guess.
Yeah.
And he jumps in my car, the back of my car, and we sort of saved him. But Brandon had died. We had it was a number of scenes, but Jeff, who was a stand-in, had the prosthetics and the eye stuff, and we did everything, but it was kind of bizarre having somebody there who looked exactly like Brandon, but it wasn't Brandon, and Brandon had been killed, and so that whole really bizarre.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we did everything as far as I know.
Okay. I always wondered that, and I know that was like a, you know, asked question, you know, what was it and what could have been, but, you know, anyway. So going on, we're going to talk about Ghostbusters. What was it like coming on to the set the first day with Bill Murray and, you know, Dan Aykroyd and all those guys, and Harold Ramis?
Well, it was we'd gone to New York and we rehearsed for about a month, and we were shooting the first day. The night before the shoot, they had made some changes in the script that I wasn't really thrilled about. So the first day on the set was me getting to the set, and the security didn't recognize me and think that I was supposed to be working there, so they just left me on the set. And then yeah, so the first day wasn't the best day. Sorry, guys. The first day. I mean, it was a fun shoot in a lot of ways, and I have a lot of fun memories. But it was also a difficult shoot, and sometimes I think you know, it's difficult only because I don't understand why that's going down that way. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So Ghostbusters, especially in the very beginning, I think it was a difficult shoot. And I think a little bit of it was because I was sort of outside of, the three of them had worked together on a number of shoots. They worked with Ivan Reitman, they were very close. I'm an actor, not a comedian. They were well established, I was kind of starting out. So it was a little bit of that that made it somewhat different. I'd done a movie called Space Hunter with Ivan Reitman the year before. So I knew Ivan Reitman, but it was still a challenge.
So about the car. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
So about the car, they said that thing was a nightmare. It was constantly breaking down. They would have to have it towed from scene to scene. Can you tell us anything? I mean, like there was a scene when you're driving it. And is it true that it broke down like right after you guys did that shot going across the bridge?
Yeah, they broke down before we finished the shot. I always broke down. I got a call after some of the fun stuff for, like when I tell people I have this sort of mixed thing with Ghostbusters. So this is an example of my Ghostbusters experience. So the movie comes out, the movie's a big hit. The studio calls me and tells me how much they appreciate me, how wonderful I am in the movie. And when I do a signing at several department stores, so they had signing. Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Harold Sigourney, nobody else would do them, but when I be, and I thought it would be really nice, maybe they'll give me another shot in another movie. And so I said, yeah. So they send the Ghostbuster car to the apartment where I was living at, and of course it causes all this tension in the neighborhood. And the car comes up, and they pick me up in the Ghostbuster car. We go to the Brahmin's Chinese Theater up in Hollywood, and then we go to the department store. And so I go to the department store, and there's a lineup of people who want autographs, but it's the poster that I'm not on. But, because I think if I'm signing it, they'll think I'm nice and they'll give me a shot at another movie, which they never did. But so that was kind of depressing. Even I'm trying to stay up. And then we go out to get in the car, and people line up around the car. We get in the car, and the car goes about 2 feet. So in the car, they come and they do some stuff, and we get the car going, and we go down the block about 2 blocks, and the car stops again, and so yeah, they always hit fun. Yeah, it was always.